Hey, hey, hey! Happy Hump Day!
Man, up it is. Right in the middle of the week.
Right smack dab in the middle. We are back, and I know Mo's doing better today than she was doing on Monday night. So we got a good show for you today, though. We're going to obviously get into the hot topics. We're going to talk about those Raiders right away. We got some jugadores to talk about. We got some Aces updates. We've got some NFL discussions and videos to watch because we got some costumes to look at as well. Not a lot, because I know most of us have seen a lot, but happy belated Halloween to everybody. We hope y'all were safe. We hope y'all had a good time. It was great seeing all the costumes out there. So this is what Mo sent me Monday night on the left-hand side. Monday night, Mo sent me that this was Davante Adams and Josh Jacobs held up in the Raiders. This is Monday night. Two nice cars and a crappy ass house.
Yeah, two Bugattis. In other words, we have Bugattis on our field, but we play on a crappy situation. Right. You're a crappy situation.
You're living in a house that has no air conditioning and running water.
No, nothing. No, nothing.
And then that's after the loss you guys had to the Lions here on Monday Night Football. But then Tuesday night, bam, the earth shakes. People have finally listened. And Mark Davis fires Josh McDaniels, as well as the general manager, Dave Ziegler, as well as this morning ends up firing the offensive coordinator.
Yeah, bye Lombardi. He's part of that group thing anyway. He should have been gone. And Jimmy G is benched officially.
Jimmy G is officially benched for the foreseen future, and Aiden O'Connell will be starting for the QB in the QB position moving forward. So
another new number 4.
The shakeup is real in Las Vegas. The shakeup is real.
I mean, clouds moved, sun came out. Just a beautiful, beautiful holiday evening.
The Twitterverse was in a happy place.
It was. The tricks got their treats at the door. I mean, my goodness. I just couldn't believe it. I could believe it, but it was like
it was way past due. But I think everybody figured it would happen like at the end of the season. Like, let's just get rid of it.
I didn't think it was going to happen at the end of the season. No, because after Monday night games, I was kind of like, he's got to fire this guy now at this point. Right. Because we've got an upcoming game at home. Are Raider fans really going to get ready to go out there and do all of that to see us lose again to the Giants? To just go through this whole hellstorm that we've been going through. And a hellstorm I've been in for over 30 years of us not being able to get it together. And so to have a Bugatti like Davante Adams on your field and use him for one play, one catch
harsh
in the entire Monday night game.
That was so harsh.
Unthinkable. It is just ridiculous. It's just not even making any kind of sense. The worst player in Madden wouldn't do that to Davante Adams. I mean, it's just unheard of. So, yeah. And, it's so funny because the speculation of the whole team meeting that they had with the players got to talk to the coach, vent their frustration.
We got to have an open discussion with the coaching staff, right?
That's what they called it. But who knows? It probably was a slam fest. It probably was a last chance and you're done situation. And then the subtleties of after Monday night's game of Davante saying, a change of location would be nice for me. Right when we're coming into trade deadlines on Tuesday.
My philosophy is I feel like after Monday, we saw how Davante looked on the field. He came, slammed his hat. He was pissed. I feel like immediately he walked out off the field. He didn't stay to talk to nobody. He walked off the field. I feel like he got in the locker room, was like, listen, it's me or him. And come Tuesday, here's the choice they made. And Davante
it has to be. They didn't trade him on Tuesday. He was begging for a trade. If you're saying I want to change of location, that means a change of location for me would be nice. A change of atmosphere. That means I'm ready to be traded, you guys. Trade deadline came and went on Tuesday. I was like, they didn't get rid of him. Thank God. What are we going to do next?
Now,
lo and behold, right when the kids are out there getting all their treats, the alerts go off and news came through. And then
all the alerts was going off. It was insane. It was crazy.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I saw the press conference today with Champ Kelly, who's the interim GM, as well as Antonio Pierce, who is the interim head coach. Yeah. Both of these gentlemen, not only salute to being Black men in these positions that we can see faces now behind the next few weeks going, but they want to be Raiders. Antonio Pierce said he was born and raised in Compton. He's ready for this. He's been this. Even though he won a Super Bowl with the Giants, he is Raider Nation.
Yeah, he was talking about NWA. He was talking about,
his influence of the Raiders and the symbolism of it all. And he wants to go back to what it meant. And, for Champ Kelly, who's been an executive with the NFL in numerous different positions, playing with the Bears and different teams, he mentioned the commitment to excellence mantra and the just win baby that has kind of fallen by the wayside by the example set in this midseason of football, and how we want to bring that back. So, listen, the line is still -1.5. I'm very happy of the moves that are made. Happy that Aiden O'Connell will get a chance. And not to mention, you've got a new offensive coordinator coming into play that's going to probably draft better plays for Aiden O'Connell, where he won't look like he's trash. We'll see what Sunday brings. I'm not sold yet until we see a win. If we get a win on Sunday,
you got to see something. You got to see something out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
To know that it's real. You got to know that it's real.
What I know. I'm 1 foot in, but I got to be all the way 10 toes down. I'm 5 toes down, 5 to go, and we'll see what happens on Sunday.
Well, our girl, Natalie, she definitely, with the sign, came through fruition, even though we all knew it was coming a long time coming. It did happen. One thing that I thought was interesting was McDaniel's Raiders summary. The 5 double-digit leads blown, lost to the high school coach, lost to Baker Mayfield, who was just transferred to the Rams 3 days prior, lost to 2 Division II quarterbacks, failed to score 20 points offensively in 9 of his last 10 games.
The man is 9-16. That is his coaching record. That was blasted on my TV at work. 9-16 is his coaching record.
So bring back Bisaccia. Is that what we're going with? Is that what the Raiders Nation is looking for?
Nice. I mean, Matt Crosby had made that very evidently clear when he met up with him after the Green Bay game, saying, "Oh, we want you back." Like that was caught in an audible interaction between them.
Doesn't mean you guys did good with him.
They did. I think anybody but Josh McDaniels would be good. A lot of people are talking Jim Harbaugh. Bring some big names. Bring people that are into coaching that can really bring a team together and know how to manage talent. There's a lot of names thrown out there, and we do need big names. We don't need an ex-defensive coordinator from the Patriots. No, and GM making moves like this. No, an offensive coordinator. I feel that was low-key.
You need some show-stopping Vegas in lights type names to be making its way here.
Man. The jokes with Jimmy G, though, that he's not going to have brothel money anymore and this kind of thing, and all of that is just hilarious. But Raider Nation is just happy that Mark pulled the trigger. And not for nothing, Mark is a very approachable guy, and to see fans and podsters and people who are part of Raider Nation literally confronting this,
going after him. They were going after him in public, on Twitter, in social media,
in person, at the Aces parade. Like, we're here to celebrate the Aces, and you're still on Josh McDaniels. We're still on his hit list. We still want him hit.
Because
you know what I mean? And
Vegas now got 3 championships, and none of them are from the football team.
And they're still sweating him. So I think he was tired of the harassment at games, and
he wants rings. He wants rings. He wants playoffs. I mean, I think they said that you guys had gotten 2 playoffs in the last 20 some years.
Yeah, 2016 was the last.
At least get the foot in the door. At least get the foot in the door. At least say that she was there. Oh man,
we had one first round of playoffs against what was it, the Chargers a couple of years back. That was just wild card when it was the Bengals, I believe it was. We lost.
Yeah.
Or unfair play. I mean, that was the only time we could smell playoff in recency. But yeah.
Shout out to Jonathan. Thanks for joining in. We appreciate all the content that you help post with us at the group.
Thanks for joining
my
the
throwback.
Chat,
this is my Bobby Wagner throwback. It's official. Next game, I'll be it finally came. Thanks, Fanatics. It took literally 2 months to get, because apparently Bobby is a very favorite in getting that throwback. Just a heads up, we are in the game 5 of the World Series with the Rangers leading by 1 in the top of the 8th. So if the Rangers win, it's done. Baseball is over.
It sure is, because they had 11 runs off these guys last night. And it was just embarrassing.
So much. Oh, so much. Let's get into some costumes. So, we saw Mo was a mermaid. She was Ariel. Yes. I sensed a theme when I was going around through costumes. Jason Kelsey had him a little merman, Aquaman fit on for the podcast. Devontae Adams here with his kids and family.
Yeah, he looked like he was Zeus and she was Ariel and the the mermaid.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, okay, look at Mo. Must have got the memo. Everybody was down with the underwater world.
Well, Little Mermaid movie had just come out and there was a little good thing, Barbie was a popular one.
Barbie was popular. So was Emo Jimmy was very popular, like Shaq did. This little kid, whoever his parents are amazing because they made him into the Steph Curry basketball card, and it was amazing.
That's cute. And that's what I like about Halloween, the creativity.
And he was so super happy. He was like, this is the best costume ever.
Yeah.
If that kid came to my door last night, he would have gotten the whole bucket of candy. That's all I got to say. If I'm wowed, I'm just like, here's the rest of the candy. Turn the light off. I'm closing the door. And then you got Patrick Mahomes and the family in his golf gear. So I don't know.
That was easy. But I got to give it to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett is a huge Halloween guy. He dressed up as Jeepers Creepers walking through that tunnel, looking exactly like the dude. Hung it up in the front of his house. Had the actual Jeepers Creepers vehicle. I mean, this man does not play when it comes to Halloween.
Good for him.
Wemby last night.
Wemby, man.
Wemby is so tall that Phantom look was
it was like perfect. It was so perfect. It was so perfect. Oh my gosh.
It was genius.
And outside of sports, we have to also give it to Janelle Monáe.
Oh my God. I think she beat Heidi Klum this year. She had to. I think she could beat
her. Meg the Stallion was amazing in her costume. I mean, there was so many. Like I told you via text, like I want to have celebrity money, even if it's just for Halloween, so I can go all out like this. Like this is crazy.
Heidi Klum. I thought she'd bring better.
What was she?
The worm. She ended up being a peacock, but it was an extraordinary peacock because she used the Cirque du Soleil dancers as her feathers. They had their legs up and stuff, and so it was submerged where she looked like this big giant peacock. And her boyfriend was the egg. So it was cute. But the worm costume was what really
she's had some great costumes, that's for sure.
She's queen of Halloween, but Janelle Monáe brought it with the iguana. I was like, oh my God.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We got to talk about some Jugadores. So
yes, let's get into it.
UFC heavyweight Derek Lewis. So he's actually fighting this weekend in Brazil. Okay. But last week he gets arrested for reckless driving. He was going 136 miles an hour in a 50 mile per hour zone in a Lamborghini. He had a $100 bond to get released. And he didn't have to, nothing changed. He's still in Brazil currently, ready to get for his fight. He had this is from his press conference today. They made some kind of jokes about, that really wasn't me driving. Did you see the report? It says I had hair. I don't have hair. Well, dude, you were the one booked. What are you talking about? But anyways, I mean, I get that it wasn't like anything serious. He didn't hurt anybody. There was no malicious intent. But what are you doing speeding 80 miles an hour over the speed limit when you definitely have to be at a fight in a week?
Turn it up. I don't know. He must want to avoid the fight.
My thing is there should be some kind of consequence for this guy. You can't just, I don't know. It's just wild.
Was he running from the fight and this was the excuse so he didn't have to fight?
Well, he's still there. He's there fighting, about to fight this weekend. So we'll see how that goes. Listen, I don't know. And not that this is a Jugador necessarily, but this is a concern for, maybe it's a lesson for these young fellas. Okay. So the Colorado players announced that after their game at UCLA, they had a lot of their jewelry, cash, and other items stolen. There's still no statement as to what items were stolen, but a lot of the players had items stolen from them. Coach Prime went on to say he wants the NCAA, he wants the Rose Bowl to do something about it, to be reimbursing these kids for what they lost, because these kids, most of them don't have insurance on their jewelry. So there's number one. If you're going to have flashy jewelry, you need to put aside some money to make sure it's insured, no matter what. Even if you're not playing, even if you're not bringing it with you on an away game. I think a lot of the players said that they learned a lesson that they're not going to bring their jewelry on away games. They don't feel comfortable. Coach Prime said he was going to hire his own security for stuff like that. But the point being is, if you got a lot of money worth of jewelry, you probably want to use some of that money that you paid for it and put it towards insurance. So when things like this happen anywhere, it could be at a hotel here in Vegas. How many times do we hear about that all the time? It's insured. Get insurance.
I don't even think it's stolen, to be quite honest with you. You lost the 3 points from the other night against Stanford. You weren't expected to lose that game. And this is a great deflection from not talking about the loss of 3 points. Maybe it did get stolen.
I mean, there was a police report filed with the Pasadena Police Department.
I get it. That's fine, but no one's talking about the game that they lost, the 46.
Yeah, well, no one's, these kids haven't come out and said what they've lost or how much. We haven't heard any details.
So we're not going to talk about that 46-43? No one's talking about the 46-43. We're talking about theft now.
It's clear that there was a lot of hype and there was some very well played first couple games by the Colorado, and we all still support Dion, but it's clear that they definitely need more than just a year to rehab this team, because against struggling Pac-12 teams, and mind you, they're going off to, I think, the Big Ten as well. Yeah. Next season, they're coming for blood. It ain't gonna be.
They lost an overtime game. It was a great game, but they lost in overtime. Yeah. No one's gonna.
Well, there's no defense. There was no defense being played.
He's talking about his line may have to get replaced. Like he'll look for other people.
Because Shador was getting sacked. I think he got 6 or 7 sacks on him or something. But yeah.
But why that too? I mean, they're going to be a team that's going to be getting their jewelry store. They're going to be a team that everyone is hating. Because it's Dion. Yeah. I mean, Dion. You definitely need the insurance for the jewelry. I get all that, but the 46-43 is what I'm talking about.
It was a lot
that no one's talking about.
That no one's talking about because it got hazed over.
That's what I'm saying. It's a great reflection from what just happened against a Stanford team that they weren't supposed to lose to.
How convenient. But a quick note, since we are in college football, shout out to my Huskies. We're number 5 right now. I'm heading to the big game this weekend versus USC. USC is lower in the rankings, but of course, this is going to be a tough game for us. We've been playing and not as well as we should be against weaker teams. So it's time for us to really step up. Hopefully we're playing to the magnitude of our competition at the Coliseum, which I can't stand. I'm not a fan of the Coliseum whatsoever, but I'm down. It's going to be a LA weekend here on out. So let's go Dogs.
That's going to be good. Yeah.
Next topic. And after this came out, I don't know how many guys sent this to me to be like, what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts? So Joe Smith, former NBA
maybe 10
player.
games in the NBA. If anybody
he played for he had a 16-year career. Let's just give him that. His wife, I didn't know it was his wife at the time, but it is his wife, Keisha Chavez or whatever, also known as Yasmin Pendavis, apparently, who is a former adult actress, I guess you want to say. They only been married for 5 years. I think she married him in 2018 or something. So they've been married 5 years. This is after he's played basketball because he played since he last played in 2011. Well, she came out about how she has an OnlyFans page. She shoots a video with him finding out and acts like, oh, well, you should have known. You're not supporting things. I got mad jobs. I had to do what it takes to, to pay for the lifestyle or whatnot. The whole thing I think is just bogus, period. I think it's just a ploy for her to get more clicks, to get more downloads, to get more whatever for her OnlyFans. My thing is, what I think is crazy after I read a little more into this. So both of them were on CNBC's Back in the Game talking about their money struggles. At the time, which I don't know which year it was, but they were together. So it was post 2018. Listen to this. The couple together, 2 adults together, we're bringing in $26,000 a year.
Well, he had a salary cap scandal when he played for the Timberwolves, so that was.
Let me repeat. I'm saying, since they were married, which was 2018, they were making $26,000 together, yet spending $133,000 a year. I'm sorry. There's one grown woman shouldn't even be making $26,000 a year. How are two grown people making $26,000 a year?
Sound like he don't work. It sounds like she's doing all of the work now, and it sounds like if he's okay, I mean, he should be. Granted, okay, fine. You didn't tell him. So what? You know? Okay, sorry, I didn't tell you. Guess what? I'm on it now. Let's make some money. He shouldn't trip.
Well, that's
clearly
but here
he wasn't to get them out of whatever financial situation they have. He ain't sitting up there saying nothing that he's doing to help with the household. You can see the background of the house. The house is mid. Looks like there's crap all over their chest or whatever. Like they're living in it. It's regular. So I don't know why he's giving her all this smoke. The only thing
is that it wasn't even smoke. I'm sorry, but if it's your husband and you're on a live or a video and he doesn't know you're on, and then all of a sudden he's like, "What, you're recording?" How many men do you know are going to stay in that room and let you keep recording them about it? They'll be like, "Man, put the phone down. I'm out here." Or they
we're talking about Bill Smith. If anybody knows who he is, come on. Like we didn't know who he was. We looked at 16 games of non-relevancy. The man may have scored 10 points in the season. The only thing he's had to the NBA was that he was on the NBA rookie all team when he got started. Like there's nothing there. There's no depth there. And yes, they got the attention. He probably was like, yeah, I'm sure I think he was genuinely upset. I don't think it was any kind of bait. But I think that she's really I think she's making all the money in the house and he ain't doing jack. That's what I think. And I think that he needs to just sit down and pipe down while she tries to bring this money in. You know, if I show you what my OnlyFans check looks like, you ain't gonna be saying too much of nothing no more.
But let's also not forget, like she was a porn star, so that was before y'all got married.
You know what you got. At the end of the day,
she knows what's going to work for her. She knows what's going to work.
And he tried to throw that in there. He tried to throw that on there. Listen, I see couples argue all the time on some live stuff before. I've seen it happen with the baby, with his baby mama. That was real. All that went down, live streaming. Some guys get into it, you know. We've seen it with Paul Pierce getting extra with the strip. Like, none of that stage. These guys will get on and just get their stuff off. But at the same time, you knew who this woman was. And if she had to resort back to old ways to get you guys out of debt and she is not leaving you, you need to sit down and be quiet.
I feel like the video is a very Kris Jenner momager thing to do. Like, let's just see if we're going to do this. Let's just do it and see how much attention we can get from it. I mean, it's social media. It's
it got
the day and age of social media.
It worked. It worked, and we're talking about it. It's just like,
because I don't know what she's doing on it, but you know, I would. Hey, you know,
let me tell you something. Whatever that check is looking like is looking more than $20,000. I guarantee it. Right. So he needs to be careful and be quiet and sit down and let her.
Oh my
I'm doing multiple things. He didn't mention not one thing about his job. And then when she said, "This is who I was,"
what job?
He's like, "Yeah, but that was before what? What are you talking about? You're not even."
But you know how that's probably how he met her. Like, what do you expect at some point? You know,
you're a 48-year-old man. Just sit down.
Listen, for her to make money like that and be in her mid-40s, go ahead, girl. Like, I ain't mad at you, but
the thing is, she's still staying with him says a whole lot. He really needs to be happy that she's even trying to do all of this for them.
Because it's staged. This whole thing was a ploy to get more clicks, and it's probably working. That check gonna be double or triple at the end of the month. Watch, because everyone want to know, ooh, what's Joe Smith's wife doing on OnlyFans? Let's check and see. Yeah, they gonna get that subscription, I bet.
I mean, the thing of it is, it probably was, but there's deeper layers to that women, you know, out here have to do things to get their revenue stream up.
Sure.
Men shouldn't be questioning them. You know, she's like, it's my body, my choice. All right, sis, go off. But at the same time, you know, maybe she should have told him if it's true or not.
I mean, you know, it being your husband, you would think you would mention it. Like, hey, I'm thinking about starting an OnlyFans. She probably
into a whole bunch of different stuff. You know, he knows. Come on.
A ploy. It's a ploy.
He's got to see camera setups in the house. It's not like she's going somewhere to do this. I'm sure she did it in the house.
Hey, we'll get into some Vegas sports. So the Las Vegas Aces, of course, you know, our championship team, have been busy since their celebration. Today, Slam magazine posted up with Asia Wilson on the cover. does it again. You mad? And the story was written by Sydney Colson, which is pretty dope. So unfortunately, when the last slam came out with the team on it, we were all around All-Star and they gave them out for free. So now I need to go try and figure out where I get myself a slam magazine. But congratulations to Asia. The team also had a big week as well. Asia was on Jennifer Hudson's show. Sydney Colson was on The Daily Show. Of course, I think it was yesterday, the day before, Chelsea Gray and her wife announced they were expecting a baby. So congratulations to them.
Win.
Yes, win. And they finally got to go see Usher. So Asia
that was great.
Got a little serenade. The team was in there. Sydney Colson was twerking on stage. I'm sure by now we've all.
I gotta give it up to the savagery of Asia Wilson. If you didn't notice her shirt at the parade, or at least the back of the shirt, it's
absolutely
crazy.
Clever shirt. Shout out to them too, because they made that one too.
Yeah, and I like that they had the number of votes on the back of it with the one. Yep. She gonna stay on that one.
She's gonna stay on that. That one's gonna motivate her. Also, Jackie and Kelsey are participating with the USA national team. They'll be in their training camp in Atlanta, November 7th through the 9th. I know Jackie, I think, is playing a game versus one of them is playing against Duke. One of them is playing, I think, against Tennessee or something in one of those scrimmages. But they'll both be together for the training camp in Atlanta. So looking forward to that. Just another Vegas news thing that's not sports related, but I saw this and I almost spit up my water. The Sphere, we've talked about 1,000 times already. The energy bill per month is over $460,000 to keep this sucker going per month.
How much is Jimmy Dolan worth? I mean, he owns it.
I mean, that's $500,000 almost a month. So that's $6 million. That's $5.5–6 million a year for your power bill. Good Lord. I mean, I don't think the tickets are that expensive for there either. I mean, I know that they're pricey, but they're not Usher pricey.
$300 for that U2 thing, but $200 if you can get. Okay, he's worth $2 billion. Yeah, he can afford it.
Okay. All right. Thank you for the stat check, because that's wild. We got to give up to the Rebels. Basketball is coming. If you are in Las Vegas or anywhere, college basketball is about to start. And I don't know about you guys. I know I'm excited more so for the women's college season coming up. We'll get to them in a second. Absolutely. And did you see their Halloween costumes? I saw it on Instagram. Cute. So the basketball team all came as different eras of Lindy. So there was a pregnant Lindy, a Lindy with a baby, Lindy from college, Lindy from her first time. It was great. But the coaching staff one that they came as Super Mario Brothers, I think.
Yeah,
or Super Mario Kart or something like that.
Yeah.
Really so the men, the Running Rebels, their first game back at Thomas and Mack is next week on the 8th. Every Wednesday is $2 beer night. Okay. Just FYI. And
they're playing
playing your team, Southern. Do we need to try and go there and not have a show? I mean, that's
you can have a show, but I think my show will probably be at the Running Rebels opening game.
Well, it's holla. And it's a Wednesday. I mean, that's $2 beers. I say we just do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to represent that night.
Okay. The ladies have their home opener on the 10th. And here's the date, you guys, just so we all know. Pack the Mac, when the ladies are playing at Thomas and Mack, is going to be December 2nd at 2:00. They play Arizona. So like Lindy had talked about last week, they're having matchups that are going to be drawing the attention to really pack the Mac. Tickets start at $5. You've got a month to get your ticket to pack the Mac and support these Lady Rebels, because they're going for 3. They're going for the 3-peat this time.
God, I wish I could go to that game.
December 2nd?
It's 2:00.
Oh, it's a Saturday. Yeah, damn.
For the Vegas Gold Night. It's a weekend. Pack that thing, please, for me. Just do it for me.
We'll get you a little cardboard cutout and bring you along with me.
Yeah,
a little fat head.
Bring you the big
a little
head.
Mo fat head.
I'll make a big head.
Yeah, I'm with it. Vegas Gold Knights continuing to lead the NHL. I mean, they are 9-1. They don't play again until Thursday here back home in Vegas, but they've been doing amazing. So that's been good for them. Hey, listen, we got to talk a little about football.
Before we talk about the football, though, can we talk about this Francis fight in Riyadh?
Did I not talk about it?
We didn't talk about Tyson Fury.
Oh, hell, I skipped the whole, my bad. This was a hot topic. This was a hot topic.
We cannot not talk about
We have to discuss Francis and the Fury fight. Unbelievable.
First of all, for all the people, and myself included, I didn't think he was going to win the fight, but I never thought he was going to get his butt whooped. Because if you follow Francis and that training he went through with Mike Tyson, and to see Francis Ngannou in person, and I surmise a lot of you have not, whereas I have, he's a big dude. And to see the swiftness of those punches against Mike Tyson as he was training, they were so super fast, and it was just incredible. And I have to give it to him in 11 rounds that this man was able to hold his own, and not only hold his own, but supersede the expectation by knocking Tyson Fury to the mat.
Right.
And not a fair fight, though. Not the results I expected after all of that. I was expecting it to either be a draw for a repeat or you win. But to just give it to Tyson Fury was just kind of infuriating.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I put $5 on Ngannou because it was like plus 800. So my was like, my 5 turned into 50 pretty much. You know what I mean? And it was so, I mean, first of all, no one expected him to last 10 rounds and for it to go the full distance. He knocked Fury down in the 3rd round, which it's only happened to Fury 7 times in his entire career. Ngannou looked good. Fury looked like he was wiped out by like the 8th round.
He was exhausted. I mean, Fury looked out of shape. I saw love handles around that thing, which is traditionally.
He always got love handles. That boy's never been in shape.
It was jiggling more than it ever jiggled before in life. I was like, you mean to tell me this is the winner? No.
But Twitter went off. It was clear he got robbed. Yeah. It was clear that he had more effort. I feel like he was landing harder punches. He was being more aggressive. And it was just shocking.
And he took punches. He took punches and held his own. Not one time did the man waver from any of those punches.
Yeah.
And shout out to our boy, Markel Martin. I spoke to him a couple times. I spoke to him before the match in Riyadh. I spoke to him today. This is about to be a new beginning of what they have actually done and won. And the memes of Dana White being sick in the hospital bed, seeing what he could have done with Francis Ngannou if he had just
paid him
for one, and for two, see the crossover of MMA to boxing, what Markel has achieved that no one else has ever achieved of an MMA big draw fight like this. I mean, Kanye West in the fight. Cristiano Ronaldo at the fight.
Can we just talk about the openings? They had an opening ceremony, which was like a full-fledged concert. It was like you were in a concert hall in a stadium, and there was things coming down. There was all this lighting. I mean, it was amazing experience to even see. Saudi Arabia is going to be taking these fights away from the U.S. Like, that was remarkable what they did there. It was flashy.
100%. Yeah. And what he has done I joked with him. I said, "You about to be the new Rich Paul of combat sport." Because you have taken an MMA situation and turned it into a boxing parlay. Now, mind you, Francis was paid $10 million for this fight. Tyson Fury was $50 million, but that is much more money than he would have gotten any fight under Dana's watch. And the best is yet to come, because now you are considered a boxer. Yeah, you didn't land a Superman punch of Mike Tyson, Superman punch, the signature move, but that's okay.
You knocked him down.
And you knocked him down.
You went 10 rounds.
And I mean, I'm seeing celebrities that I had never, like, coming out the woodworks, championing Francis Ngannou, even admitting he's wrong. Tyson Fury fans saying they were wrong on the judging. Like, it was just remarkable. And now the floodgates have opened, and I'm so excited and so elated to see our boys see where this goes and where it takes them, because now the conversation is, look what they have done with taking an MMA fighter and
who may come next boxer. And who may go next, you know?
Yeah.
And you know, I don't think all MMA fighters will be able to make that move. I mean, I think Francis is like a hybrid of the situation. He's he's determined. He's got the drive for it. But he did wonderful. He did so amazing.
He's not the cookie cutter guy, but you never know. Depending on weight class and all of that, the right marketing. I mean, the marketing of this was just genius. And the fact that it wasn't highly marketed, but it was a talk, but it was a low murmur, because it was like, okay, Tyson Fury's not even fighting for a belt. people aren't going to tune in and watch. Well, the viewership was up. People watched.
Oh, absolutely. It was,
and people are now eating crow.
It was a great fight. It was a great fight. Shout out for sure to Francis. We are Team Ngannou over here.
We are Team Ngannou. We are Team Markel.
Yes.
Martin. We are like.
It's gonna be hard to get him back on the show. He's gonna be too busy now.
Well, I told him. I said, "Listen, you're now super agent. You have done what most could not do." Mm-hmm. And if I have to sign with you on a podcast tip, let me know. Like, we'll sign with you. I'm making a public declaration that if he takes that realm to that level, I'm signing papers. Like, you could be our agent. Let's go.
Yeah,
do something you never done before.
Absolutely. Hey, I love it too. So NFL trade line came and went. Some big moves happened. Chase Young heads over to the 49ers. Washington got rid of some people. The Commanders clearly are trying to tank or do something. I'm not sure, because they also got rid of Montez Sweat and gave him to the Bears. Seattle signed Leonard Williams from the Giants. So we got him. We kind of gave up a lot though. Like, listen, the Niners gave a 3rd round pick for Chase Young. We gave up a 2nd round pick for 2024 and a 5th round pick for 2025 for Leonard Williams. I don't know if that was overindulging, but let's see if it makes difference come this Sunday. Other notes, Kirk Cousins, another ACL tear out for the season. I mean, listen, I got to show a video right now just because I felt there's a couple of videos I have to show. But the first one is going to be because, first of all, we got bye weeks. Broncos, Lions, Jags, Niners. So out of all the quarterbacks that are still available or that you're using that aren't injured are probably in one of these 4 teams as well. Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, Matt Stafford, Purdy. Yeah. So there's really less and less options that are happening. So this was a little skit. I don't know if you remember it from Key and Peele, but this is what fantasy football waiver wires are looking like right now.
Seattle, University of Louisville.
Chris Natan Business, University of Tennessee.
DePage Poopshe, Ole Miss.
Quackadilly Blip, Auburn University.
Julius Boozler, the...
Man, give it up for Key and Peele because they nailed that. Accuracy. There's no tight end on there I can shop for. There's
no tight ends. There's barely any running backs. Half of them are like a 3rd string running backs are available. I mean, it's just it's so crap. It's so crap. I can't even.
Oh my God! Marcus Simeon's 2-run home run is putting more closer and closer for these Rangers to win this World Series.
It is 5-0, top of the 9th. I mean,
oh my gosh! No, we just declared the Rangers. Shout out to my boy Tommy Pham, though, Las Vegas guy who plays for the Arizona Diamondbacks. You did that in the series. I got to give you your flowers. Come back next year, you'll be able to kill it. He's a Vegas homegrown, born-raised kid, got a chance to be living his dream. So keep going, brother, because, this is just one time. You'll be back.
Yeah. Like I mentioned before, the throwbacks were this weekend for the Seahawks. It was phenomenal. They redid the whole field to throwback, very Kingdom, 1980s, early 90s-esque. Luckily, we came down with the win. Last minute touchdown by JSN. So that was the one bright spot. Gino needs to tighten it up, though, because we got a lot tighter games.
Yeah, because I got him on my fantasy league, and I may have to resort to him with these quarterbacks. So,
but there's one thing that I will say. After the Niners losing 3 straight games, look who is number 1 in the NFC West.
Yeah. Check it out.
I got to save it for as long as I can. I got to save it just, you never know how long it's going to last for. But, man, listen.
They're talking about Brock Purdy, too. That's another talk.
The Seahawks host the Niners on Thanksgiving Day. And I'm thinking about maybe having to be in Seattle for Thanksgiving. Because it's also the same weekend as Apple Cup, and the Huskies are hosting. The Cougars could be the last Apple Cup for who knows how long, because Washington State's going to be in the Pac-2 from here on out.
You need to go gobble on up there, girl.
Man, listen. We also saw Russell Cook, or maybe it was just a Taylor-less Kelsey, but the Broncos whooped on the Chiefs.
Yeah, did they replace Mahomes that game? Because they could have sat him too.
I mean, you would think they would have. It was terrible.
Yeah. I didn't even watch. The whole Sunday I was so asleep. I didn't see any of it. I had to wake up to all of the shenanigans.
It was really bad.
Although
there was some high points, like my boy Jamar Gibbs, because Montgomery's out for the Lions, he threw up major points for me on fantasy. AJ Brown had a huge night. I don't have him, but he did great.
I had him and didn't play him. I'm so stupid because he never puts up any points. What's the point?
Well, they said it was like his most consecutive games of 125 plus receiving yards. Mo.
I just
consecutive games.
I'm sleeping on him.
Okay,
I don't believe it.
This is a kind of a long one, but Benchwarmer Brand came with it, and if nothing else, you got to make sure listen towards the end of this video because I damn near died listening to it. But again, it's about his Bus Anonymous Club. We get to see about the bus that took place this past weekend, but the ending, I swear, just hang on, here it goes.
Dude, how could you let this happen?
What are you talking about?
You let the Broncos beat the Chiefs. You let our glorious king, Patrick Mahomes, take a loss to one of the worst teams in football.
Are you saying you wanted me to rig the game? Artificially change the result and forever compromise the integrity of our great sport? Oh, drop the act. You know we do it all the time.
Yeah, I know. What happened? We sent you the memo.
Yeah, and it said let Russ cook, so that's what we did.
It specifically said, do not let Russ cook.
Oh, I guess I scrolled down too far.
Oh my God. Do you know what you've done? We've almost reached our quota for Chiefs losses already. 2 losses in 8 weeks. Who are they? The Seahawks? They've got an image to maintain, and they haven't even played the Dolphins or the Eagles or the Bills or the Bengals.
So, just have them win 2 or 3 of those games, get them to 13 or 14 wins, and it's the same as it's ever been. I guess. I mean, we just weren't factoring in a loss to the Broncos.
You know, you guys did this last year too with that Colts game. Do you like making our lives difficult?
Let's just call it creative differences. Are you saying you're willingly going against our script? Look, I'm just saying it creates a little bit of doubt. If you only ever have the Chiefs lose to great teams, everyone knows they're still a great team. But if you have them lose to a bad team, people start asking questions. Did the Chiefs still have it? Are they falling off? Perfect example. What is everyone talking about this week? Are the Chiefs receivers good enough?
Are the Chiefs receivers good enough? A position that they've proven doesn't matter because they've won a Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster as their number 1. But we've created that doubt, and now it'll be even funnier when they
win the Super Bowl again.
Win the Super Bowl again.
Is this also why you let the Jets beat the Eagles and let the 49ers lose 3 straight? Makes for great TV. Maybe you're right.
Hey, Taylor, where are you going? Oh, I'm going with Russ now. He's a winner.
Swifty country? Let's ride.
Wait, aren't you with Sierra? What do you need Taylor for? I'm making a movie called 2 Girls, 1 Russ. I'll send you the link. That's a sequel, right? Didn't the first one have Cooper Kupp in it?
No, Pat.
2 girls, 1 Russ?
Yeah, Swifty country, let's ride. I know that's right. And the Texas Rangers have won the World Series.
Congratulations to the Rangers fans that I know 0 of. So
I only know one. I only know one.
Some NBA news. Flavor Flav.
My Lakers are getting rocked by these Clippers in real time right now.
Is Harden yet or no?
Huh?
Does Harden play right away or does he get worked in?
I have to check the box score to see if he's even playing.
Because of course, big news in the NBA, James Harden finally out of Philly joins his boy or ex-teammate Russell Westbrook in LA with the Clippers. Also PJ Tucker comes over from Philly, but the Clippers send out a lot of their young Tito's, Mo. You got Nick Beta, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, Marcus Morris, and multiple draft picks.
Is that why they lost to Orlando last night?
Don't know.
So James Harden coming to the Clippers, that does nothing for me. Even as an NBA person, I have no opinion on this. I just feel like, why? Like, the man is a liability. He's not going to be happy there. He's not going to be happy anywhere. He's only happiest when he can maybe possibly win a championship, if that, but he can't close on games.
Right.
So I don't know how he's going to work in this system with Russell Westbrook. It's going to be an interesting kind of somewhat reunion. I don't know. It's crazy to me. I just know our Lakers are down. It scores 48-39. It's just the second quarter. But knowing the Lakers, we're always a second half team.
Okay.
Have a chance to bounce back. He has not suited up yet. So James Harden is not in this rotation right now. So there's no excuse for our Lakers to be performing the way they're performing, especially at home. So they gotta make that.
We've also seen Wemby's first week, and even though he had like a shaky first game, he has
last night he didn't
been having a highlight reel every day. There was a new video of him dunking or blocking or listen.
Last night's game, they were down by 20 points. the Spurs, and they came back over a Phoenix Suns team with Kevin Durant shooting over Wemby, dunking on Wemby, all of the upsets that you're seeing of Wemby getting handled by this man known as Kevin Durant. And then it turns. And these guys end up winning. And that is the Popovich effect. Now, Wemby he's going to be amazing once he gets developed. I see him as another Tim Duncan. You know, he's going to be even probably better than Tim Duncan. But the stats, he only scored, 7 points, I think, last night or something like that. But the fact that they came back after a 20-point deficit, I honestly went to bed thinking, okay, Phoenix has this game. Woke up this morning, no, Spurs won.
But to be without Booker and Beal too, and like I don't even know what. Like, how are they already injured?
No Bradley Beal, no Devin Booker, but God. What a comeback.
Oh, we also got to talk about the play-in, the in-season tournament. They're going to have special courts. That way you can notice if it's a play-in game or not, which seems kind of extravagant because, I don't know, it seems like some games are play-in, some aren't. So you're taking this court on and off every time, but whatever. There's a whole, every team has it. They're all very similar with their colors and the trophy and their logo in the center, but we also need to talk about Flavor Flav, who apparently has now been added to the Fergie conversation of worst national anthems.
He was better than Fergie, though.
Better than Fergie. Like it was better than what I thought it was going to be, knowing that Flavor Flav sang it. However, it was still like, who made that decision to say, yeah, Flavor should sing the national anthem?
Let Flavor get his money the best way he can and get his watch while he's on this earth. Flavor Flav is a national treasure. He was better than Roseanne Barr. He was better than Fergie. He was better than some in the past. It was very shocking that they chose him for it, but the fact that he took his time and didn't disrespect it or be kind of malicious with the intent of doing it and saying basically the best he could with his heart into it, I have no problem with this whatsoever. I was shocked that it was him, but I didn't think he did a bad job. That Fergie thing was ridiculous.
Well, we thought Fergie could sing better, I just... yeah. Some WNBA news. Commissioner Kathy Engelbert announced that they were no longer going to be having Portland as a contender for the expansion team. So it sounds like where the Blazers play Moda Center is going to be going under renovation, and it's going to be happening over a consecutive summers, which obviously is the summers or when the WNBA plays. So it'd be hard for them to have a WNBA team at the facility. They're not taking Portland off the list for future expansion, but just for this one, it sounds like it's going to be a no-go. So,
yeah, it's too bad.
Skims, Kim K is in her pocket with this one. I'm just
doing a whole duffel bag with this one.
Not just the WNBA is the Skims to partner with, but they're also partnering with the NBA and USA Basketball. They are now Skims is now the official underwear for all three.
I'm telling you, and you can't keep them in stores. The Skims is like the new space of a new generation. So it's good.
It's wild. It's like Hanes. It's like basically the new Hanes for the millennials now. It's just, that's really what it is.
Right. I mean, they've just taken over Spanx. I don't even hear people talk about Spanx anymore because Skims is the same concept as Spanx when it comes to the women of the whole bringing everything in, lifting everything up.
But they just have regular leisure clothes too, or just comfortable textures and, wild. I do need to show a little bit of the LSU locker room because this is probably why no one will leave LSU until they graduate.
Oh, yeah.
If you see this locker room, and in the comments they mentioned, this is almost better. I mean, the Aces have a whole facility, but this is far better than any other WNBA team that you can go to, what their locker rooms look like, to see what the LSU college women are getting.
Okay, coaches. Oh, yeah. Natty. Can we come in here first? Oh, okay. Oh, my God. This is so cute.
They have such an amazing facility.
First of all, they've got a better architectural designer and interior designer than I've ever seen in any locker room. And secondly, they deserve it because they
absolutely.
What was the girls' locker room looking previous to that? It wasn't looking as good as it was. I mean, this was long overdue for the renovation. And to see these young girls have something like that, especially when they're making money off of their branding themselves, they deserve it.
Yep.
Why not?
Yep.
You're getting NIL deals. You're getting all. Why not have the presence of a great locker room to be in while you're either discussing those deals or promoting your brand in that facility?
Right.
They haven't had a renovation in I don't know how long, but shout out to whoever their architectural designer was and who their interior designer was, because that is some new level stuff that I haven't seen for a college locker room. It looks really good.
So I didn't do many sneaker drops, but I wanted to highlight some sneakers, especially for our ladies. Kelsey Plum showed off today the new Under Armour Plum. You can see a little logo there on the top right. These are she'll be sporting
off like it's a produce.
Yeah. And so she'll be playing with these at the USA game, possibly in training camp as well. And there's also the Sabrina Ionescu ones are going out. The guys all over the NBA have been spotted wearing the Sabrina ones. So great to see that not only is it a great shoe, but they're also giving a little nod to Sabrina there on the court. Love it.
That's Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe's muse.
And it worked, it's working. Congratulations and girl power to Leilani Armenta. So she is she's the kicker for Jackson State. She's the first woman to play in a HBCU SWAC game. She's the first woman named to the SWAC Special Teams of the Week. She converted all 3 of her extra point attempts in their game on Monday, what they won. She's a freshman from Ventura, California, where she also played soccer and was the kicker for her high school team.
I had a conversation with somebody not too long ago saying it would be great to see female kickers in the NFL as a special teams player, because there are women that can kick that ball. And this is
absolutely
what we're talking about. So I wouldn't be surprised if the futures come. Hopefully I'm alive to see it, that you have a female kicker on the special teams that comes out that can kick field goals, and kick for long yards, 54s, 40s. Like, great. I think this is a good step in the right direction, and good for Jackson State. God, the Under Armour uniforms are fire. I would never have guessed that would be Jackson State, but that's dope that they still got those uniforms like that. Pretty fire.
Yeah. So she's doing it. She's doing it. Also, congratulations to Caitlin Clark, who becomes the first college athlete to sign a deal with State Farm. Huge money. Listen.
Big money.
When she personally is selling out the stadium with only an hour or two of ticket sales happening, like, she deserves all this.
Yeah, she does.
Caitlin Clark is about to be a monster.
Well, she already that WNBA arena.
Yeah, just listen, stick to it. It's get this money while you can.
Absolutely.
And also shout out, of course, to our own head coach, Becky Hammond, as well the Suns head coach, Stephanie White. They are both set to join the ESPN studio analysis teams for the 2023-24 NBA season.
Awesome.
So we'll be seeing these ladies up on the studio analyzing the game throughout the season this year.
Oh, my God. Good, but scary at the same time. I just don't think we'll have Becky for long. Like, I don't like what they do.
I mean, she got to make some off-season money too,
You definitely do, but it's like,
we saw her force the playoffs last year, so she just, let her just make some money.
No, I'm happy for it. I'm just saying that I worry still. You have to keep it in the back of the mind. We will not have this woman forever.
I know. I mean, her contract was for 5 years. We've had her for 3 now?
Yeah, 2 more. And then it comes to the renewal or something.
Let us get the 3-peat, maybe a 4-peat, and then hey.
I would like to see that dynasty.
Man, me too. NFL picks. So last week I won by 1. But it was close. I mean, there was some it was that Panther pick I made. Do you know what I mean? Remember I said, Panthers are 0-6 or 0-7. It's not gonna. Hey, any given Sunday, Panthers won.
Yeah.
All right, so reminder again for those playing fantasy football. I'm sure you've gotten the new alerts, but no Broncos, Lions, Jags, or Niners this week. They're on buys. First game up on Thursday is the Tennessee Titans at Pittsburgh Steelers. There is no Will Levis is coming through. Let's just say that. Will Levis is going to be having a starting job if he plays well this year or plays well this game. He played last weekend for Tannehill and
they
killed
won
it. And they killed it. So I have all faith in Will Levis. So I wish I could have picked him up while I waited too late. I'd be waiting to see who's faulty on my team. So I'm going to go with the Titans.
Yeah, I think I'm going to roll that direction too.
Okay. Big game on Sunday coming from Germany. The Miami Dolphins at the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a 6:30 a.m. game for us here in the West Coast. There was a post that said it would be the most watched game in the NFL season, and I was like, you must not know any West Coast people.
It'll be the Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, so
that's the game.
I don't know.
I got the Dolphins on this game. I don't want anybody in my AFC West, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spring ahead and say 6:30 in the morning.
I wonder if Taylor's going to Germany.
I doubt it. So I will go with the Dolphins on this.
I'm gonna
shout
go.
Out to the little kid that was dressed like Mike McCarthy for the little.
That was super cute with his sweats and doing the jog real fast. Yeah. I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I just can't see them losing back-to-back games. I mean, unless the NFL script is just that powerful.
They got a man named the Cheetah that's going up against his old adversary team, and do you think he really can match what?
I get it. But they're also in Germany. I have him in my fantasy
league, so I have to make sure he's gonna perform.
All right, we got the Vikings at Atlanta. So also, who was the Cardinals quarterback? He got traded and picked up by the Vikings. What was his name again? Shoot.
I don't know, but I'm going to go with the Falcons in this game. It's a home game for them.
Josh Dobbs.
J.K. Dobbs.
I'm thinking, no, just Josh Dobbs. I'm thinking he's... I'm thinking he's gonna be playing. If not, they must have somebody else playing for this week. I'm not sure. God, yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know. Atlanta hasn't been doing well either. So
they're at home.
All right, we're gonna split that one. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. We'll just see what happens. All right, Seattle at Baltimore. I'm not looking forward to this game. But I'm going to roll with my team because that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
It's going to be a tough game. We're going to see how this new defense looks. And hopefully Gino gets his head out of his butt. And there ain't going to be no more interceptions.
I think Seahawks can prevail in this game. But I'm going to pick Baltimore.
Okay. We got the Cardinals at the Browns. I think that one's fairly easy.
Oh, the Browns got that one all day.
Yeah. I got the Rams at the Packers.
I'm going to go with Green Bay on that.
Yeah.
I think this will be a time for Green Bay to step up and win.
To make it happen.
Yeah,
we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Houston Texans. Texans are at home. I think they play better at home, kind of.
I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. I'm just going to see what happens. Chris Godwin. Okay. I've got him on my fantasy league. We'll just see what happens.
Oh, I got Mike Evans. Hang on. Let me roll Tampa. I need Mike to get some points because he's been slowly killing
it. He has. I've had people. I'm playing Natalie this week on the girls one, and I just got to step up.
The Commanders at the Patriots. Commanders just gave up two of their best defensive players, so I'm not sure.
I'm going with the Patriots just because it's at home and it's Belichick and,
Well, Commanders are going through some redevelopment over there or something. We got the Bears at the Saints. I don't know if Justin Fields is back yet, but the backup isn't so bad. But what's up with your second team?
My second team has been it's Derek Carr. That's who the problem is. And I mean the fact that they have a favorite to win.
Because Olave has been giving me crap points lately, and I'm just like, how?
Derek Carr. Because you got a trash quarterback on the Saints, and they flamed him too on X too. They needed to. I'm gonna pick the Saints though as my second team on this. They've got to redeem themselves, and it's the Bears. Dang. You would think like a Raiders team would be able to beat the Bears. No, that didn't happen either.
You think something?
You would think something, but I just feel like with Alvin Kamara out there and you just gotta get the ball to them, and I think they can be effective. And
right,
we're gonna roll with who dat.
All right, we got the Colts at the Carolina Panthers. What is the Colts? What are they?
They're 3-5. I'm gonna the Colts are favored to win in this game. I'm gonna go with the favor of that because I think the Panthers had their one shine.
They had their one game.
But it's an ugly game.
It's a super ugly game. I would not.
I really don't want to pick, but if I had to, I'll just pick the Colts.
I'll go Colts too. All right, we got the Giants coming to Vegas.
I want my Raiders to win, so I'm gonna roll with Raider Nation.
I'm rolling with them too. And from right now, it sounds like Waller may not even play because he says that he might need some extra time.
Of course he won't. He's on the injury. He was injured last week. Of course he
Lord. All right, big game. I'm surprised they didn't. Well, shoot. This should be a Monday night game, but whatever. Dallas at Philadelphia.
You know I'm going with them Eagles too. I don't care.
Absolutely.
This.
Listen, Dak's had a couple wins. He's due for a loss. He's definitely due for a loss.
I highly doubt it. They're no match for this team.
Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati. This could be a good game right here.
You know what? I'm gonna take Cincinnati too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll with
them. I'm rolling with that too. The Bengals have been looking good. Although I think, do I have Diggs? Or no, Diggs.
Because Josh Allen's been suspect, and he's been getting hurt easily too, and they've had to pull him sometimes. He's been going in intense lately, and then coming back out. And it's kind of like they put the other Allen out.
Here's the Monday night game, which isn't terrible, but they could have swapped. I don't know.
I would have rather seen Cowboys and Eagles.
Right. We got the Chargers at the Jets.
Home field advantage for the Jets. For the Chargers. I can see that winning that game, but Aaron Rodgers was on that field the other day throwing balls. So I'm gonna pick the Jets.
He's not playing yet. Okay.
He's not, but he's at practice throwing balls.
I'm gonna go Chargers just because I got Keenan Allen on my squad. I need him to rack up some more points. Keenan Allen on
one of mine too.
Yeah.
But I'm just seeing some Aaron Rodgers magic coming.
Absolutely. Hey guys, we've had a great show. Well, I appreciate you as always. Congratulations on your Raiders finally making some decisions that were meant to be made.
First time I'm wearing Raiders regalia.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute for you.
After the first week, I stopped wearing any regalia. I was denouncing them for a minute.
Yeah. Well, we wish you luck. We wish my Seahawks luck in Baltimore. Yes. Let's go Huskies out in LA. We'll be back next week, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Take care. Be safe. And happy November. We're officially 2 months left in 2023.
Mariah Carey's ice sculpture is melting as we speak.
I know. I sent it to Andre and he sent it right back to me. I was like, I just sent this to you. I know it's your thing. I get it. All up on the Mariah Carey. All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week. Okay. See ya.